Good evening, whānau. Happy Monday. It is that time. I think I missed last Monday, but bit of a chaotic Monday last week. We had the pōwhiri for our CEO at Otamati Marae, so it was very busy, so I missed that video opportunity. However, I am in my jammies. Yes, it's that time of the afternoon. I've done my training, I've done all my last bits and pieces, I've done a little bit of work, and now I'm in my PJs, got my book here, and I'm literally just winding down. I really wanted to highlight some key things. Okay, so the 6 week program, when I first envisioned on what they could look like or what it would look like, has actually landed this way. So, what it is going to look like is the core focus for 4 weeks is grounding. And the reason why I'm focusing more on the grounding side of things is because you need to get into a routine and you need to have consistency. So, when you commit to something solid for the 4 weeks, then it means you are giving your body a bit of a wake up call and saying, look, this is something that I'm going to do every morning, and you need to be consistent. So, the whole concept of Move with Strength and Resilience is that you have to have consistency. The good thing with the grounding and what it is, if you don't know, so the grounding is, for me personally, when I get up out of bed, still in my PJs, I head straight outside. I don't go on the grass because she's a tad bit muckety, and I'll just stand in a designated area. I will do my breathing in and out. I will do my karakia and my prayer during that time of my breathing, and then I go straight into my stretches, and I have got the poster up on my page. So it's important to do your lymphatic stretches. um, I've got a little poster which has all the different techniques that I do in the morning, and that's literally my go-to. That's the first thing I do before I do anything else. Once I've done my stretches in the morning, I've done my karakia, I've done my breathing, I then make me a coffee. Once I've had my coffee, I will get myself prepped, have my post breakfast meal before I go to the gym, which is half a bagel with a little bit of olivano and a little bit of peanut butter. I have that so that I can have my creatine. I actually have 2 scoops of creatine every morning, whānau, um, because it's absolutely paramount for me to have my creatine. Then I have my happy hormones, which is the same thing. I have my happy hormones every day, twice a day, in the morning and at night time. And I have my lion's mane, and I also have my aspirin, and I also have taurine. So I've started taking a taurine supplement, which has been really great. So that's my morning routine. Once I've had my bagel, it's in my system, usually about 30 minutes to 20 minutes after my kai, I'm dressed and down the gym to train. So that's pretty much my morning routine. So grounding is really important, and that's why it's the core focus for 4 weeks. Once the 4 weeks is up, which will be next Monday, I think we're in the 4th week, we will look at calories deficit. It's really important for our ladies or our tānema that are wanting to lose weight. You know, it doesn't matter how much cardio you do or how much training you do, unless you are watching your intake and following what your calories should be for the day. Once you work out what your calorie intake is and you add cardio and you add training, then the weight will come down. But you have to be in a calories deficit to lose weight. That's how it works. There's no special pull, like there's You know, there are obviously some out there that claim that you will drop weight real fast and it's just a quick, easy, quick fix. But the reality is that there is no quick fix. That's a straight up, honest opinion on that. Um, my happy hormones is not a fat loss. It's for my hormones, which helps me sleep, helps with my hot flushes. It helps with my joints. It helps immensely with brain fog too. So I take that every day. It's very affordable, and it has helped immensely with my bloating, with my energy levels, with my hot flushes, and also helps me with the sleep. So if I don't take my happy hormones, I'm not that happy. I literally need my happy hormones. So it's not a fat loss thing, okay? It's for your hormones. Now, if you want to lose weight in a natural, more realistic and affordable approach, you need to a get your calories sorted, and you can go into ChatGPT if you want and actually just put in what your height and what your age is and ask ChatGPT to give you what calories you should be in if you're wanting to lose weight. If you're wanting to say, look, I am 75 kgs and I want to get down to 65 kgs, that's a 10 kg weight loss. What's your recommendation? What's your diet plan that you think I should be on in order to achieve that? So you can actually go through to ChatGPT and it will do that. I've done that for all of my comps and it's been fantastic. So, and it's free. It's a free resource. So use the resource if it's there. You know, it's a free resource. You're not paying for that. That's one of my first suggestions is find out what your calories should be based on your height and your age, and it will tell you exactly what you should be eating. If you're not doing any exercise and you just, you're still working out what a training regime looks like and you're wanting to lose weight, you need to make sure that you've got all things sorted. First and foremost, diet's really important. My weight is where I'm at the moment because I've been eating whatever I want, whenever I want. I've been drinking alcohol. I don't drink all the time, but alcohol is high in sugar. Even if you have the low sugar beers or whatever, it's still alcohol. It's almost best to try and either give it a, 1 or 2 days during the week, not every day. I am on my cut now, so it means that there'll be no alcohol for me literally until comp. So it's about 13 weeks away, which is fine because I don't need it in my diet anyway. Chocolate, I can sort of wriggle that around because it's not going to throw me out too much, but that's like maybe one treat day on a Sunday where I have like a Kit Kat, yeah. So it's reducing things in a safe way to help bring the weight down. So I know what works for me because I've done it many times with my bodybuilding, and I do the bodybuilding too because it helps keep me like on task. I have to have my finger on the pulse, and when I go into training for a competition, I have to make sure that I'm in a calories deficit. So your food is really important. Cardio, another thing that's important. I've got my treadmill turning up hopefully 7 days. So I've actually brought a treadmill for home so that I don't have to get up early in the cold to drive down to Brian's and then come back up and then have breakfast and then go back down the gym and then do an evening training session after my last meal. I can do it all here at home. So it was not quite $800, but it was definitely worth it. So I highly, highly recommend you um, get your cardio in, look at your calories, start training if you're not, and honestly, the program is themed around the first 4 weeks is grounding. If you can commit to that, then it's a good setting for what's to come. So I love for you to jump on board the kaupapa, no mai haramai, and jump on board the grounding, follow it. If you're just jumping on now, that's all good. You just extend it out. Do it for 4 weeks every day. Okay, if you miss a morning, kei te pai, but don't miss a morning, because you're missing out on you, and it's important for you to do that time for yourself, because your body and your mind and your spirit deserves only the best. So consistency is key. Nō reira, have a blessed evening. Love and light. Mā te wā.